Welcome to the studio. How's it going?
So good. Thanks so much for having me today. It's
Of
fun here.
course. So if you're seeing this on social media, you may or may not know who I am. I'm Jarrett. What's up? This is Jenny, our newest board member. So
Yes.
first of all,
Thank you.
congrats. My first question for you, why did you want to be a board member
Yeah.
at this crazy church?
It's not a crazy church, first of all. I love it. I'm so excited to just be, I guess, more a part of Diff Church. When my wife and I began attending, we immediately felt just a connection to Diff. You know, we were all in from day one. We're like, okay, this is where we want to land. This is the community we want. This is, you know, the family that we want to be a part of, church fam. And what does that look like, right? So we attended just as members for a little while. And then you asked me to sing a couple times, which was super cool. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
But then, you know, we have such a deep history with being part of churches in the past in a way that allowed us to organize them and move them forward in their mission.
Yeah.
And we've done that both in the church world and also in like the professional business world. We both just have those skill sets.
Yeah. So you just can't help yourself. You're like, I
Right?
need to create.
Yeah. I need to organize. I need to make a calendar. I need to have everyone's cell phone number. I need to make sure we are doing events and being part of things in the community that speak to who we are and what we want to say to these people. And so I think that that's kind of why we wanted to be, and I got to be on the board. You know, it's okay. How can we help really?
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, you just explained why you're the perfect person to be on any board.
Thanks.
But in particular, ours, I also love creating and like, I view like putting on the church service as like
absolutely,
an
an
act of
art.
creation.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
absolutely.
And I think it's a skill like yourself that I have, but there's a couple things there that you mentioned that are skills that I don't have.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And
I mean, we're all different.
Yeah.
And those are weirdly the skills that I like. Like I love taking notes in my meetings at work, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, send those to me. And I'm like, sure. And then it keeps us on track. But beyond that, you know, it's really having a desire to be part of the mission of Diff Church, you know, to reach a community that so desperately needs to hear that Jesus loves them, you know, for who they are and where they are, exactly as they are.
Yeah.
It's what we needed to hear, my wife and I, in 2021 when we found Diff. And it's something that we're glad and excited to be a part of. You know, making sure there are people here.
Yeah.
So whether that's fundraising, you know, I've done that professionally, and to, you know, everybody needs money to do their things. So
That's true.
yeah. So
That's very true.
whether it's that or whether it's organization or whether it's just getting the word out or just rallying people, I love to like organize events and get people together. So yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of stuff you said there that I think we could dig in on. First thing I want to talk about is past church experiences. So it sounds like you're someone who's always been in church in some capacity.
Raised. Yes.
Okay. How has your relationship been with the church? Like have you just always been like, yep, this is my thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, I have. I think that really cool people tend to navigate toward churches. I started going to church at Church by the Sea in Madeira Beach. Have you heard of it? It looks like a chicken. People say it looks like the chicken church.
I don't know if I
You
have.
got to see the steeple.
Okay.
It looks like a chicken.
Future Jarrett, throw it in the video.
Hilarious, right? But anyway, it's a beach church. It's a beach community. We had snowbirds, but born and raised there, like literally sang right in the choir at 6 years old.
Yeah.
I would like walk down the aisle and light the candles. It was very traditional church, but
What was the denomination?
it was non-denominational.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was
Even
non-denominational.
back then.
Right? They were progressive for their time. But I just loved it. My parents were part of it. I was a part of it. I'm an only child. And so I feel like I got a lot of my social interaction from the other kids at church.
Yeah.
I was heavily involved in the youth groups.
I was going to say you were probably the youth group star.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I loved youth group.
Jenny will do it.
I loved youth group.
Yeah.
Also sang so loud. They were like, can you just sit
Hitting
down?
the harmonies.
Totally. It was always the harmony. But just was always involved with church, would like make it my goal that week at school to like invite friends, right?
Yeah.
And I'd have 5 more people come to church with me that week. But ended up really getting also a lot back from the church.
Yeah.
I, in my 20s, got really excited about overseas missions.
Okay.
And I turned to the church that I was a part of at the time and said, this is what I want to do. My platform specifically was human trafficking, human sex trafficking. I wanted to combat that with everything I had.
Put a pin in that. We need to talk.
Okay.
Afterward.
Okay.
I work with a national organization, and we should just
Casually.
Shout out to Shared Hope International.
Nice. So that was my platform. That's what I felt. Can I say called to do?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So, but I really turned to this church community that I trusted, that they knew me, but it said, it costs a lot to go internationally and to be part of these organizations that are doing such good work, but I really want to. And they just opened their hands and their hearts and sent me to Africa 3 times and India. And I just got so many cool world expanding experiences.
Yeah.
And I feel like the church gave that to me in a lot of ways. I don't know. And then we ended up starting a church, right? So we kind of I was talking about being in my 20s. We kind of got to the age and stage of life where we weren't quite adults. I mean, we were, but we weren't. We didn't have kids.
Didn't have the experience.
We didn't have the experience. We didn't have the job titles, but yet we weren't high school youth group age.
Yeah.
So we were in this interim, and we said we're just going to start something for us and our people.
Yeah.
And so we did. And it was super cool. It was called The Lighthouse. Why so cool?
I'm just glad it wasn't random action verb church.
I mean, diff.
Yeah, exactly. Although it's not action, right? That's
You're right. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Close
You're
enough.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
But same.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Lighthouse. It was pretty cutting edge. So we started the Lighthouse. We loved it. We really did attract, people that were also in that awkward stage of life where they're we know that we want to worship God. We know that there's a bigger meaning to this life. We want to get together with like-minded people.
Yeah.
But we don't really know where and how to do that.
Maybe don't fit in at some of the more traditional spaces.
Sure, exactly. Yeah. So we started this thing. It was super cool, going really well. And then our church was it's right. We were almost usurping the power play. We got so cool and big that they're well, we don't know what to do with our service now.
Yeah.
And we're a little, I don't know, confused,
okay, so
jealous.
it was your own thing at
a different church.
Yeah.
So that was before we bought a building, because eventually we'll get there, right?
Yeah.
So they were no, you can't do this anymore. We're
man,
bummer, right?
Listen, this thing's going really well. In fact, let's stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Gatekeeping?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I do. I think it was a lot. Well, I think it was a bit of jealousy. Pride or whatever it was, but it was and I guess not understanding the difference in culturally, you know what I mean? Right, they didn't like our music choices.
I was going to ask if there was a theological thing. They could be
not
you're doing
so
this wrong.
much.
Okay.
Not so much, which is funny because typically that's the foundation.
Yeah.
It was very frilly. It was all the other things. It was what people were wearing to our services.
Yeah, they can't have a hat on stage. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It was the music choices.
Yeah.
Why is that so divisive in churches?
Yeah.
But it was all that and more. And it was timing. It was, you're taking this space for too long and we need it for a coffee hour.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, we no longer had the availability to do it in that church. So at that time, we're okay, cool. We'll just literally start a different church.
Not different church.
Diff.
Yeah.
No.
Another.
We will start
I run into that all the time.
I know. It's such a common
separate
word.
Church, yeah.
We will start another church. And so we real estate hunted, found something, and started Adoration Church. So
that's crazy.
We did in 2015, and it was so cool. My dad designed the building. I got to do the interior design. I mean, from scratch.
Yeah.
You should see this book that we made. It is so cool.
It's like a lookbook.
It's a lookbook. Yeah, but we just had the time of our lives. We were working on a passion project as a family.
What year was this?
2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this way, it still probably would look cool, but like a little bit.
Right.
I can tell.
Oh, for sure.
There's
Oh, for sure.
What was the big trend? Those wood pallets.
Oh, yeah. There were wood pallets. There was a lot of steel, like aluminum used.
Yeah.
You know, we cut out aluminum letters.
Backlit them.
We were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time,
Yeah.
everything was black.
Of course. Which, hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. It prints well.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a really, really good time. And so as I think back to our church history at our church, past, I have these excellent, fond, beautiful memories. I think that have inspired us to keep going. Every time a door has been shut in our face, or anytime someone has told us we don't belong here, we're like, oh, but we do.
Yeah.
It's like in me.
Yeah,
you know what
dummy. I've been doing it since I was born.
Right. This isn't going to stop me.
I love to hear that because I'm the same way. I have nothing but fond church memories.
Cool.
I had the way we left our church before this one wasn't great.
Right.
But
it's
I was
never
there,
great to leave.
But I was there for 15 years.
I know.
I became a man there. Like it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when I was younger, same as you, youth group star or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember at Different, we do this a lot too. Sometimes it's good to poke at the bear a little bit. And I used to wear a hat to church service, and it would just make people furious. And it was like a little holy rebellion.
Yeah.
At least how I felt.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, sometimes it's good to help people stretch and
Absolutely.
move. But then I'm really big on wisdom, and there's that is the right thing for maybe then. But now I might be like, you know what? I want to be respectful. And I don't need to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
It's about knowing when to lean which way or the other.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I won't say that I would do everything the exact way that I did it, right? In my past, I'm sure I had that holy rebellion that may have been based a bit more on just anger in the way that I responded or whatever. So I'm not saying that I've done it perfectly by any means, but I'm saying that road has led me to this point where I think both Lori and I are just constantly moving forward, and we're constantly, gonna find a path. We're gonna find our people. We're gonna find our place, and we've definitely found that.
And how
different.
cool! I never had the extra baggage of being a woman in church, where lots of them would be like, "No, you can't do that."
Yeah,
and you were just like, "Watch me."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think society's been a great catalyst to that mindset as well, right?
You mean the church is following the lead of society?
Right?
What?
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, there's no better time. But it's definitely been added a unique layer. And then when we, came out, that was a whole nother layer.
Yeah.
Then it was like, what? You definitely can't be part of a church. And we're like, oh, no, we for sure can. So it has been a wild ride. But yeah, the church overall, I think is a really important institution. And I don't think it's going anywhere. And so we might as well take it by the reins and say, this is where, we feel that it can bloom and blossom and be its best version of itself.
I want to stretch you a little bit there. I am at the point where I'm struggling a little bit with how important the church is at large in the culture.
Okay.
And obviously I'm still doing what I'm doing.
Sure.
So I believe that there is a role there.
Yeah.
But from your perspective, why is not just us, but any church, what they do still something that's vital and needed in 2025 Amazon culture?
Yeah. I think very specifically because it is a designated space that you can come, that you do come, that when you show up, you are there for a very specific reason. You are there to meet God. You are there to worship. You are there to grieve. You are there to hold hands and have your hand be held. You are there, it's where you go, right? So it's where you physically place your body. And I think that, we go to all these crazy places and we're all so virtual and we're all remote and we're all connected when not together.
Yeah.
But it is such a beautiful statement to walk into a building on a Sunday at 10 a.m. and say, okay, guys, we made it. We're here together, right? We're here together, and let's just exhale and then remember together. Let's remember that there's still hope. Let's remember that there's still a reason to face Monday through Saturday. And so to me, it's always been like a touch point. It's always been a, like, I look forward to that day.
Yeah.
And when I miss it, when I miss being around, I'm like, oh, that didn't feel right. That doesn't feel like I can, what do I do? I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's so important. I mean, we can still read our Bibles or do devotionals independently or listen to worship music or get our spiritual fill anywhere and elsewhere and kind of at any time. But there is something I think so holy and so important about gathering together, whatever day and whenever, but with a shared purpose, with a shared intention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I land and why I sort of keep doing it is I find tremendous value in that. And also, I like that church offers me a way of life, you know? I kind of wish that back in the day, back in the Jesus times, it was like more known as the way as opposed to like, oh, I'm a Christian or I follow Christianity.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish it was still that.
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite part of it is it gives us a way to a zeitgeist, a lens to view the world through.
Yeah.
And I find that super important and meaningful.
Yeah.
I joke a lot of times, 15, 20 years ago in like stand-up comedy, it became a thing to like make fun of the people who were like, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, so I'm actually now at the point where I'm a little bit reverse of that because religion got such a bad rap. Deservedly so.
Yeah.
But, I don't think you should throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I find a lot of meaning in the religion of things and the ritual of things.
Yeah. Right.
Even more so than I do in the spirituality of things sometimes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I struggle with spirituality and miraculous things.
Okay,
and
sure.
touchy-feeliness.
Sure. But even in the Bible, he talks about Ebenezer stones being a very tangible, almost religious ritual that you would put down, and then that would remind you of the spiritual. And so I think that's what you're saying you're doing. You're putting these religious rituals into practice in your life, be it showing up on Sunday, be it being part of a church professionally. And that maybe is aiding to, or will one day fuel the flames of spirituality in your life, or if that's what it is, or that's what it becomes.
It's like a manifestation of Lord, help my unbelief.
Yeah, very much so. And that's what I think the church can be when we're together. I think there's also a very broad, wide range when you say the church, right? You can talk about the global church or people being the church. But when we're talking about diff existing in a space and gathering, I think that can be an Ebenezer stone that we drop every week on Sundays that remind us what we're doing.
That was the churchiest thing. I love it.
Thank you.
we just did Come Thou Fount this past week. Were you there? I don't remember.
No, I was in Naples for that bridal
We
show.
hadn't sung it in a while. And every time we do it, I'm like, we should tell these people what Ebenezer is.
Yes. It means God is my help.
Yeah, but we don't do it every time.
Oh, it's so good. I love things like that you can pull from like ancient times and that are still relevant today, or that like hit so hard wherever you're at, whether it's a Hebrew word or whether it's a something they did. We just celebrated a Seder dinner at our house the other day. And we were like, this is so cool. Like just to have these moments where we're like, this is what God's people have walked through. And this is what, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love things like that from religion, meaning.
Cool. And being connected with tradition and past.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it a lot.
Which connects you to people today too.
Yeah, true. Good point. Okay, let's pivot a little bit.
Okay.
Why different specifically? I know whenever you found us, you were like, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Did you try other places first? Were you connected anywhere before us? Okay. How was your journey?
Well, we were not necessarily connected anywhere before you. So when we soft exited when we tapped dance sideways out of the church we created, which was so weird, if I can just take a second, because we like literally left family, like literally blood, right? Like
literally blood. And then also people who are as close as.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And we were like, here's this great thing we're going to start. And I don't know that we would have left. I don't think we would have. We didn't want to leave. Right. It was like but whatever. We shook the boat. So like we were asked to leave. And I understand.
You're a shaper of things. And I'm sure you wanted to be like, hey, let's go this way.
Yeah. And then they're like, no. And we're like, no, well, we have to go. Yeah. So we went this way. But so, we were in limbo. And it was 2020. right? The world weirdly shut down.
Yeah.
No one knew what they were doing. We watched church online from, we found this, there's some great pastors out in Seattle that we watched for a little bit that are very progressive.
Do you remember who?
Yeah. What's that girl with the gray hair? She's so cool.
She dresses like,
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Hannah would kill me.
Yeah.
She has 3 names.
I know. Yep. That's her.
Freak.
That's her.
All right. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah. And we watched her for a while. She does the prison ministry too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and so we could get like the theology that we needed. We could get the community that we knew we were seeking, but it felt so far away geographically.
Yeah. Right.
And so we're like, well, that's what we're going for. Where do we find that? We definitely tried some churches local. We tried some that said they were affirming. We tried some that we would literally just sneak in.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, don't hold hands. Right.
Yeah.
And we'd sneak in and we'd just listen to the worship music and then we'd leave because
Yeah.
we couldn't stand the message. It was so bad. We were like, oh God, he's talking about women again. And like we would,
Right. Oh,
I don't know. So like we did that for a weird minute. Like, well, we just need something. We need to feel something. And yeah, so that was super awkward,
Yeah.
but that is what it is.
Do you find it difficult to sit in a church service where you're not heavily involved in the design of it?
I'd say LJ does more than I do. Her mind's always working.
Yeah.
And she's very much like, oh, that light, or
Yeah.
oh, that sound, or oh, that song choice. And I think that's a gift of hers, right? She too could has the vision.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I can go inside real quick.
Yeah.
And so I can kind of
That's great.
just, yeah. I'm like, I don't know what's happening outside, but inside I'm worshiping, or I can kind of get what I need out of a situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever we were we knew we were going to start different, but we had time. And so we wanted to check out a couple of the churches. And I just especially, not that I was seeking out big evangelical churches
Yeah.
with a huge budget.
Sure.
But if I am in one of those
Yeah.
places, I'm just ugh,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. We
hear the
definitely have.
auto-tune,
I mean, we
yeah.
cringe. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a cringe-worthy moment. And we've walked out of some.
Yeah.
I mean, just straight up stood up and been like, absolutely not is this happening. So we will see you later. No, we won't. We're just leaving. So, we've definitely had those moments. So then we found a snippet of Hannah online.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks probably to you.
Woo!
And we've told her this, so it's no, I'm not talking behind her back. Didn't think her voice was real. I was like, is this a persona?
Oh.
Is this a character?
Oh,
I'm not
TikTok's going to love that one.
She is so she's amazing. So, but we're listening and we're like,
Is this an AI?
this kid, what?
Yeah, it was ChatGPT. Give me
Yeah.
Pastor Elf.
Absolutely. And then
With the
she
haircut, too.
Nailed it. She's adorbs. So we're like, don't know what is that. So I don't know that you were even meeting in person, even at the time we saw the video, right? It was possibly still the world was shut down.
Yeah, because we were shut down longer
Yeah.
than most churches.
Yeah. So it was a video only thing. We watched the one and we were like, what? And then in person though. So then we continued to try 1,000 things. And we were like, we loved her message. We loved what she was saying. And we loved her. And
Right.
so
even though her voice is terrible, I'm kidding.
we were like, what is happening? But so then we show up though, and we meet her in person and we're like, oh my gosh, you're real.
Yeah.
You're real. This is really you. You just are this cute. And you just are this, right? And
Yeah.
so then we're like, oh. And now we listen and we watch her with the most reverent, we're like, oh, she is so honest, and she's so good at being honest, and she's so good at just speaking to where everyone in the room is at. Yeah. How simultaneously she hits where I showed up and she hits where he showed up. And I don't know, she's just so good at really relaying and conveying the message that I think the Bible meant to get across, but also in a very we don't really know. We don't really know.
Right.
And I love that versus this is it.
Yeah.
And we know and we're right.
Yeah. Watching her at our old church, she, it was male led.
Yeah.
She was on staff and they would proudly be like, we have a woman on staff.
Yeah.
And we let her speak sometimes. So she probably spoke 4 or 5 times or something.
Wow.
And every time I watched her go, I was just like, she's smart. And
She's smart.
good. And
she's gifted.
Yeah. And obviously no shade to like a speaker who's like, more of a vibes guy who just gets up there and they have notes, but they're just like, all right, let's see what happens. She like puts a lot of thought into what she's doing.
Gosh.
And it's
she
like,
writes poetry.
yeah.
Every benediction is a poem.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I need this in my life. Yeah.
And so
it's it's artsy, and she can go off the cuff, but she also is very like, this is what I need to convey. I don't know.
Yeah.
Great
It's
blend.
very intentional about how she wants to say stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I noticed right away, I was like, okay, this is different than a lot of things that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
File that way. And then whenever we were like realizing maybe we need to do something else, I was like, Hannah, how about our own church? And she's like, what? No.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we've talked about it a million times, but I had to convince her and then she had to convince me. And
Yep. Well, it all worked out.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think she's why we landed where we landed. She was what intrigued us, I guess, at first, even if she was unbelievable. But when we showed up, we were like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So tell me a little bit about your hopes and dreams for Different.
Oh, that's such a good question. I think I would just want her to be biggest. Like, I just want her to maybe big, big in all encompassing, big in like arms wide open to the city of St. Pete, big in opportunity, because I know we have something so good. Yeah. We have something so good and something that is so needed.
Yeah. And unique.
Yeah, right. Totally unique, but totally needed. And I think it's the right time for St. Pete. It's the right time for Diff. And it's this, I don't know, I see it just exploding into this arms wide open opportunity to, meet.
Are we going to cover Creed this Sunday?
Oh man, that's terrible.
Listen, hold on. Extreme sidebar.
Okay.
You must be a karaoke person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I, for many, many, many years, have loved doing With Arms Wide Open Creed at karaoke.
Okay.
I would do it ironically.
Oh, for sure.
Because for many years, Creed has been like the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
But of course, I love that song. I loved all their songs.
Yeah.
And I would go up and I would do all the moves.
Yeah.
And I would like not pronounce any of the consonants. And I would just get like blank stares from people. Like they just didn't get it.
Oh, that's a shame.
And now here we are, and Creed is having their moment on social media. But now I feel like I can't do it because it's going to be like,
then it's like you didn't.
Johnny come
what are
lately.
you trying to do? Yeah. Oh, you should have a video from one of those previous
might.
moments, right?
There are some old
and
videos of me
with the timestamp.
Yeah.
And the date, and you're like, look, I don't know. That's awesome.
On our extreme sidebar, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Well, at last I sang "Shallow" as a duet.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
Right?
Jeez.
I know. I sang some love song to. Oh, you know who I'll go to? Randy Travis. I'll go to. I know.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna love you forever.
Everybody knows it and they love it.
He's I'm not a big
classic. You're not country.
I'm getting there now.
Okay.
I'm just now dipping in.
Oh, see, I was like born
even
raised.
Years ago, before I hated it, I still loved him.
I know. Yeah. You can't not love him.
He was like America's dad.
Exactly. So
what were we talking about? That was extreme sidebar.
Arms wide open.
Yes.
Church. Yeah. So that's kind of my vision for it, is just expanding in that its reach and its, I don't know, the opportunity that it has in the city.
Okay. I like it.
I just don't know that a lot of people necessarily know. Like, I don't know that I want more people to know.
Yeah.
That's all.
We'll get a billboard.
Something. Yeah. One of those dancing guys out front.
Floating arms inflatable. Yeah. Okay, we've got a couple minutes. Like, do you want to do any, like, this is your time, you're on social media now. What do you want to say? Like, do you want to get any message across about Different? Do you want to invite someone for a particular reason? It's your time to cook.
Nice. I like it. I think speaking to the invite someone for a specific reason, I think you're just going to meet really cool people. You are going to experience a church service that doesn't feel churchy in all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
You're going to, I think, be pleasantly surprised in Pastor Hannah's presentation. I think she keeps it funny And I didn't expect, right? She does. I mean, not that
Everybody
that's
on
like
social
pleasantly
media is like,
surprised.
what is this, a stand-up routine?
Oh God.
Yeah.
But that's so enjoyable.
Yeah.
When you're in the audience, that's
Yeah.
so enjoyable.
Why not make it fun to listen to?
Absolutely. And I recall sitting through 45-minute sermons bored out of my mind.
Right.
Bored out of my mind. And you will not find that at Diff.
Or getting yelled at.
Oh gosh.
I made it a
for being
rule.
such a sinner.
Yeah, I made it a rule to just never listen to someone who's yelling.
Yes. Yes. I believe those are a few we walked out of,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, no, not today.
Yeah.
And you're right. You're not going to get yelled at. You will be entertained. Something's entertaining. Either the music will be relevant and you will be like, oh, I just listened to that. Or, oh, I love that song. Or, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could worship to Yellow by Coldplay. Right?
Yeah,
But like, whatever it is, I think you'll relate to something in such a cool way. And walk away just going, oh, I needed that today. I needed that today. I always do. And I feel like that would be mostly my invitation is that like, just come and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I love it. I think that's the perfect spot to end it.
Okay.
Here, thanks for being
Yeah.
here. You rock.
Thanks for having me.
See you next time.